Hello, good morning or good afternoon. It is 15:08 local time in Rome, Fiumicino. And as you can see, we are cold and dark, and we will go to Brindisi, south of Italy. Lima, India, Bravo, Romeo. So to change things a little, we will do the complete flight preparation, including the flight plan, and then starting the plane from the cold and dark, and then fly to Brindisi. The total flight is about 300 nautical miles, should take around 1 hour. So let's first do some planning. To plan the flight plan, we go to Little Nav Map, and we create a new flight plan. So in order to create a plan first, we select the two airports, Lima, India, Romeo, Foxtrot, and the second airport, Lima, India, Bravo, Romeo. We read and we create a flight plan. So the first thing we see is we have a straight line between the two airports with a total flight of about 270 nautical miles. Of course, we probably cannot go direct, so what we will do is to select some airways. Now we see that at the waypoint Tango Echo Alpha, we have an airway going in the right direction, but the first VOR that we will select is probably the Latina VOR. Let's add this to the flight plan, and then there is no real airway. We need to go to Teano Tango Echo Alpha. We add it to the flight plan, and then we are on an airway, Lima 995. So the Lima 995 is continuing. Till a waypoint Robot, we can continue. And you can see that we can go all the way till Brindisi, the VOR BRD. So this is excellent news. So from Tango Echo Alpha, we select Lima 995 towards Brindisi, Bravo, Romeo, Delta. Create flight plan, and presto, we have all the intermediate waypoint on the airway. The flight plan looks reasonable, 275 nautical mile without the sit and stars. The only thing we need now is the altitude, so for 275 maybe we can select 270. Flight is going east, so it has to be even, 270. Now, for the departure, double click on Lima, India, Romeo, Foxtrot, and we have the airport elevation, 15 feet, it's nearly sea level. The wind from active sky is 250 at 9er. That is very good because we have a runway 25. So that's the runway preferred. QNH is 1023. So we should select runway 25. Let's have a look at the departure for the runway 25. We can display ECLOS is not too bad actually, except that it's going in not the proper direction. NENISA is going too far away. SOSAC is a little bit weird. That's not the right direction. Xeno, no, no. Xeno right, no. 6, Xibri, maybe, but the first one was looking good. So we can have some detail. So runway 25 till above 410 feet. Then a right turn, 296. Then a big left turn towards Romeo Foxtrot 703, 6,000 feet. And then ECLOS 8,000 feet. And from there we join the flight plan. So let's use that one. ECLO 6 Romeo, and insert it into the flight plan. And we have the departure till the VOR Latina. So we have a departure. Let's check now for the arrival. Same process. Lima India Bravo Romeo at 45 feet. So also nearly sea level. Brindisi Cabale, wind 360 at 9er. Of course, this is subject to change, but for planning it is good. QNH 1023. And we probably have a choice between 31 and 05. Now you can see here that 05 is the shortest runway, less than 6,000 feet. But 23 looks, or 31, sorry, looks very good. So let's go for an ILS 31 and insert it into the flight plan. Now in reality we will not do that and then go away and come back, so probably what we should do is use some intermediate waypoint. Oh, we could use this VOR. Taranto. Let's add Taranto to the flight plan and suppress Brindisi. Now, this is better but not totally good, so what we will see, we will delete this waypoint, robot, and from LUXIL we go to the tech, Taranto VOR, Now this is also a bit sharp, so what we could do, use the Vortac Lecce see how that goes. So this is slightly better. We need to avoid those danger zone, but it seems to be good, and intercept the ILS for runway 31. So let's have a look. This looks more reasonable. So go back to the departure and make some notes. So we start flying runway heading, and we have the runway heading 246. And on that heading we climb till 410 feet. So we could say also 500, doesn't really matter. That's shortly after departure, and then we turn right on heading 296. That's a 50 degrees right turn, and we go to the waypoint Romeo Foxtrot 706. Now this is a fix, so we cannot tune that. So we will measure the distance between the VOR Ostia and the fix. Let's be more precise. I don't want the NDB, I want the VOR. VOR Ostia. To Romeo Foxtrot 706, and we can see or read that it will be on the Ostia 288 radial with a distance of 6.5 nautical mile. So then we turn left, and because it is a sharp turn, you also see that we have to be above 3000 feet, but below 230 knots. And we go left on heading 165. Till the waypoint Romeo Foxtrot 703. Same process, we measure the distance with Ostia. So it's on the Ostia 215, 7 nautical mile. Then we proceed turning left towards Eklos. So on that heading 137 to Eklos. And Eklos, we need to be at above 8000 feet. It's on the Ostia 166, 14.2. After Eklos, we continue turning left on 091 towards Latina, and Latina will be on a frequency 111.2, while the Ostia VOR, we can suppress this. Ostia VOR is 114.9. After the Latina VOR, we turn right on heading 104 towards Tiano, and Tiano is on 112.9. After Tiano, we take radial 098 till LUXIL waypoint. We can measure the distance. So VOR Tino till LUXIL is 135. Nautical mile, but it is also, because we could be out of range, if we select the Brindisi, it's 53 nautical mile. So the Brindisi VOR, 53 nautical mile. So the Brindisi VOR is 113.2. And from LUXIL we turn right onto the heading 123 towards the VOR tag, and tag frequency 110.2, and after tag we turn left on the 111 course towards Lecce, Lima Charlie Charlie on 112.8. Then we turn left on 351 towards the initial CF Charlie Foxtrot 31, and then left to the runway 31. We can also see that the runway 31 has an ILS, if identification India Bravo November 109.5, and 313 degrees. So it seems that we have all the information we need for the flight plan. The last thing we want to do is to export it. export the flight plan to X-plane, FMS 11. We export it using file name the to airport register, and we can go back now. Let's make a little note of the total flight is 335 nautical mile. So we are here cold and dark. So the first thing we need to do now is to put some fuel, or calculate the fuel we need. So for a 300 nautical mile flight, I use 6 ton 500 and leave the remainder 86. And then the payload, we double that, so that's 13 plus 200 kilos. So full passengers and some cargo load. Now let's go to the overhead panel. We have some ground power available, so first thing first, battery on, ground power on, emergency lights on, logo lights on, and align the IRSs right. On DC light, align light illuminates, IRS left to nav, on DC align. We can also select yaw damper on immediately. Now let's go to the FMC and select the position. We are at Roma Lima India Romeo Foxtrot. I'm not sure if the gate is in the box, probably not. Take the GPS left and paste it, and there agree. There is no big difference. So route, now route, going from Rome to Brindisi, Lima India Bravo Romeo, and we have a company route. So company route was simply Lima India Romeo Foxtrot, an hyphen, and then the destination Lima India Bravo Romeo. And we can activate the route. If we check the legs, it's all there. We can remove the discontinuity. 350, that is correct. Runway 31. So we miss some waypoint on the departure, so let's check. We have the ECLO 6, but it's not in the execute. Now we have some, but it's not the same. 703 is there, then ECLOS, that is correct. But we had another one, Romeo Foxtrot. (706) could be a variation, not in the database. So what is he saying? 703 is there. We didn't have 01, but we will we will just follow and come back to 703, and then ECLOS, and then Latina, and the rest is good. Performance initialization, zero fuel weight. We have 56.3 and 6.6 tons fuel. Reserve, we take 3 tons, cost index 35. And I think we set flight level 270. Now, because the flight is slightly higher, let's say 310 is probably a better flight level. Go back to active sky, select here 310, go to the briefing, and the average wind 024 at 13. 024 13. So it's cruising wind, but we assume it's the same. Temperature 20 degrees Celsius, 20 degrees Celsius. Transition altitude 6,000 feet, correct. And one limit, we can do a derated takeoff with an assumed air temperature 50. So maximum thrust 89.5, using flaps 5. And 4.75 for the trim. Runway 25 is selected, that is correct. And we have a rotate of 138. So let's put flight director on. Select runway heading 246. Initial altitude 6,000 feet. And initial speed, let's select 220 for the moment. We know that we have to be below 230 at the waypoint Romeo Foxtrot 706. So after runway heading at 500 feet, we do a right turn on 296. It is a 50 degrees right turn. Transponder, we can already select TA array, although on the ground we have TA only, of course. Let's come back to the overhead. IRS align, window E can be selected now. Trim air on, yaw damper is on. We can select electric hydraulic pumps on. Engine bleeder off, and packs on auto, although we do not have yet the APU. Fasten seatbelts can come on, anti-collision lights can come on, wing lights can come on, and let's start the APU. First, fuel pump on, APU on.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Low oil pressure eliminates. Press the start for 3 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4. Release. EGT is rising. it will peak at around 800 degrees and then slowly decrease. Light extinguishes, EGT decreases to about 500 degrees. And then the APU lights illuminates. Select APU Gen 2 on, APU Gen 1 on, APU bleeder on. We see the duct pressure increases till about 30 psi. 25. All that is good now. Now, go back here. We can select auto brakes, rejected takeoff, flaps 5. QNH. QNH was 1023. 1023. We check the altitude, 15 feet, a little over 20, and that's about right. 22 will be too low. Let's say 23 is good. Taxi route now is the next. Let's check for the taxi. In Rome, we are on the 705 stand. And we need to go to runway 25. So probably the easiest is to say push back nose left onto Zulu, right on Mike, left on Romeo, right on Delta, all the way till left on Delta Mike to the holding point. So, summary, push back nose left, use taxiway Zulu, turn right on Mike, left on Charlie Romeo, right on Delta immediately, all the way till left on Delta Mike, and then runway 25 holding point. So APU is started. Let's check the power on the APU gen, and we have power. So let's request pushback. Remove the chokes.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
And we need to go nose left. Left turn. About here.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Voila. Tow is driving up. So let's summary. We can select the heading. We have heading select. Now we could check VNAV, LNAV, ARM. See if there is no discrepancy. Seems good. Here's the pushback truck. So the total flight is 325 nautical mile, or 330.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
and will take about an hour, slightly more. So the estimate time of arrival will be 14:45. So altimeter is set 1023, auto brakes rejected takeoff, flaps 5 set.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brakes released. Now, VOR.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
We need Ostia VOR on nav1. And the second VOR will be Latina on 11120. That we can select on nav2 11120. And the next one will be Tiano 112.9. We are pushing back, so we can now start the engines. Remove the packs right off, left off. Duct pressure increasing to 35 psi. Okay. Select engine 2 to the ground. N2 is increasing, N1 is increasing. We have the EGT temperature outside 20 degrees. N2 25% fuel burn. And EGT now increasing, N1 increasing. Good start on engine number 2, starting engine number 1. So taxiway Zulu is identified and taxiway Mike on the right is identified. N1 is increasing, 0.7.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Parking brake set. Fuel burn
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
on engine number 1. EGT increases. EGT peaking around 480 or 90 degrees. Decreasing now. Start valve closed. N1 stable. Good start on engine number 1. Gen 2 on. Gen 1 on. APU Gen bleeder engine number 2 on. Bleeder engine number 1 on. Pitot heat on.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
Left pack, right pack on. Auto. APU off. Okay, pin in his hand, so everything is good. Select taxi light, start ignition switches to continuous, runway turn off lights can come on, release, parking brakes, thrust 30%. So turn right onto Mike, and then left on Charlie Romeo, and right on Delta. So this is taxiway Tango on the left. So we turn here to the left and immediately to the right. Continuing onto Mike. And then onto the right. And we should join taxiway Delta. So this is taxiway Hotel. So maybe we do another left right. Here we don't want to turn right. We turn left and then right onto Bravo. So we're now parallel to the runway 25 on the left, going to the holding point, still on taxiway Bravo. now start the clock. And we should turn left on Delta Mike according to the plan towards the holding point runway 25. Thrust idle. And this is Delta Mike onto the left, so we are okay to turn left to the holding point. Onto Bravo Bravo. Stopping at the holding point for runway 25. Waiting for takeoff clearance. Takeoff clearance received, strobe lights on, landing lights on, cleared for takeoff, runway 25, aligning with the runway. So derated takeoff, 50 degrees assumed air temperature, maximum thrust 88.5. Thrust 40%, stable, takeoff power set.
$80 knots.
Checked.
V1 bridge Rotate.
Rotate.
Positive rate.
Gear up.
$400.
Turning right, heading 296. Flaps 2.
$1,000.
Flaps 1. Flaps up. Autopilot on. Auto thrust on. Maximum speed 230. Ostia 288 6.5. $5.5. $6.5, turning left 165. And Romeo Foxtrot 703 so on the Ostia 215. Ostia 215. Seven nautical mile.
$1,000 to go. So when we cross the 215, we turn left on 137.
Increase now the speed to 50 knots. Climb to flight level 080. Auto brakes off, flaps up no light, gear off, altimeter standard,
Thousand to go.
and the needle is coming. 215 radial from Ostia. Turning left, 120. To cross the 166 radial. From Ostia, and then we turn on to the 091 to Latina. So we can select Latina VOR already. One 1120 091 on the course, and select Vorlock. After Latina, we can select Tiano, .9er in the standby nav1, intercepting now the 091 course towards Latina. And climb to flight level 310. Select landing lights off. Start ignition switches to off. Seatbelt signs auto. Cabin altitude increasing. And final cruise 310. Set. APU bleeder can come off. After Latina, we select course 104 towards Teano. Climb speed 285.
Ladies and gentlemen, please continue to observe the fasten seatbelt sign until the captain has switched it off. We do recommend for your confident safety that you keep your seatbelt securely fastened throughout your flight. There is a call bell, reading light and fresh air vent in the panel just above your head, and we'd like to remind you that this is a strictly non-smoking flight and all toilets are fitted with smoke detectors. We invite you to sit back, relax and enjoy your flight with us.
Latina 18 nautical mile, go to heading select, switch to Teano 112.9er, change course 104, engage Vorlock. So Teano VOR 58.7 nautical mile. Passing flight level 190 for flight level 310, 46 nautical mile inbound Teano. We will leave Teano on the radial 098. Check the cabin altitude, climbing, raising, that's good. Cruising flight level 310. Cabin temperature 24 degrees. Decrease it slightly. Passing flight level 250 for flight level 310, reducing climb rate 1500 feet per minute. Switching now to Mach hold mode, 0.70. ,4,000 feet to go. They are now 16 nautical mile. Go to heading mode. Change course 098. Engage Vorlock.
XP1000 to go.
Let's check now for the arrival. So arrival 14:58, 221 nautical mile left. Fuel on board at the landing 3 tons, 0.8. So more or less 45 minutes from now. For the descent we can plan 31 times 3, that's 93, so 95, round to 95 nautical mile from the airport. So let's put that in a fix. Lima India Bravo Romeo with a 95 range ring. And as you can see, this ring is already displayed on the ND. So we are, let's say, 70 nautical mile before the top of descent. We are at our cruise level, so engage VNAV mode. That will increase the speed to Mach 0.77. Let's verify also the weather at Brindisi. We go to the data link, request weather, Lima India Bravo Romeo. So 340 at 9er, let's change a little, but not that much. QNH 1022. 340 at 9er now. Still going for the runway 31. ILS31. So it is indeed India Bravo November, as we were noting. 109.5, 313 on the heading. It's a 10,000 feet runway, so we can select flaps 30, 143 approach speed, and auto brakes 2 should be more than adequate. In the meantime, we have the Brindisi VOR tuned, so let's go to heading select, switch to the Brindisi VOR 113.2. No change in the course, and select, well, we could use 100, why not? And we can also put the Tango Alpha Golf VOR in F2, and then Lecce will be 112.8, and TAC in the standby. So LUXIL waypoint will be at 53 nautical miles from Brindisi, and at that moment we turn right on the 123 course towards Tango Alpha Golf. 20 nautical mile before the top of descent. Brindisi 110 nautical mile, disengage VNAV, reduce the speed 250, decrease altitude, flight level 70,
1,000 to go.
descending in 5 nautical mile for flight level 070. Brindisi 103 nautical mile. Descending now, flight level 070. Can remove the ring around the airport and replace it with rings around runway 31. First ring at 4 miles, second ring at 10 miles, and a third ring at 20 miles. In the meantime, also the Tango Alpha Golf VOR is available. So let's go to heading mode 094, switch course to Tango Alpha Golf, change course to 123 and engage Vorlock. Next VOR is LG 112.8. And after that we have the ILS, so let's tune the ILS on nav2, standby 109.5. And we also have the LG VOR sending a signal 99.4 nautical mile. And that will be on a 111 course. So we can select auto brakes 2 and the QNH 1022 in the standby. Set. Passing flight level 240, descending flight level 070. Put some terrain just in case. It should be no issue. 4,000 feet is the minimum. So the needle from the VOR Tango Alpha Golf is slowly coming towards the center, and at that moment we will intercept the course 123 towards the VOR. And plane is now intercepting the course 123. So first turning a little to the left. To have a 30 degrees angle, and then it will turn right. Turning right now to course 123 towards Tango Alpha Golf. Select seatbelt signs on. Passing flight level 150, reduce descent rate 1500 feet per minute. Tango Alpha Golf 20 nautical mile, going to heading select mode. Switch to LG VOR 112.8. Change course 111 and re-engage Vorlock. LG 53.5 nautical mile. Reduce speed when able 230 knots. Switch nav2 to the ILS 109.5 and course 313. Reduce descent rate 1000 feet per minute, decrease the speed. Passing flight level 100, speed 248. continue descent 4,000 feet. Stop descent 6,000 feet, flight level 060. Transition level will be flight level 050. Select landing lights on. Start ignition switches continuous. Logo light on. Let's check 31 nautical mile. We are on a long downwind leg.
Thousand to go.
Leveling 6,000 feet. Estimate for the arrival 15:05 Zulu, 15 minutes from now. Let's check 25 nautical mile, reduce speed 220 knots.
or 3 nautical miles before Lecce, we turn left on a heading 340 to intercept the ILS. Let's select a new heading 340. Lecce 15 nautical mile. Lecce 10 nautical miles, flaps 1, reduce speed 180 knots. Descend to 3000 feet. Flaps 2. Flaps 5. Select altimeter QNH 1022. Lecce 3 nautical mile, turn left heading 340, select ILS 109.5, on nav 1, course 313, select heading 350,
And on this heading we intercept the ILS for runway 31.
1,000 to go.
India Bravo November selected but not yet confirmed. Descend 2500.
1,000 to go.
$2,500.
Engage Volok. So the localizer is not yet active. (2,500 feet), speed 180 knots, auto brakes 2 selected, QNH 1022, landing lights on. Gear down. Descending 2,000 feet.
1,000 to go.
Localizer alive. Glide slope alive. Approach mode on, runway in sight, descending with the glide, speed 160, auto throttle off, flaps 15, descending with the glide, wind is from the right, 11 knots. It's an ILS without a DME. Strange. Auto marker. Select flaps 25. Speed 150. Flaps 30.
1,000.
Maintain 150. Autopilot off. Keep descending, keep descending. Reduce thrust. Killing thrust. Reverses. Minus 147. Not too bad.
80 knots.
Reverser stowed. Auto brakes off. Flaps up.
Thank you for flying Ryanair. Last year, over 90% of our flights arrived on time. We hope you enjoyed yours, and we look forward to welcoming you on board again soon. Ryanair. Low fares, made simple.
Flight director off.
Ladies and gentlemen, you're all very welcome to this airport. For your own comfort and safety, please remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the aircraft has come to complete stop and the captain has switched off the fasten.
exiting to the right.
Refrain from smoking until you have reached the designated smoking area, which is well outside the terminal building. On behalf of your crew on board today, we'd like to thank you for choosing to fly with us, and we wish you a safe onward journey.
Landing lights off. Start ignition switches off. Strobe lights off. Starting the APU. Okay. Release. Total flight time 1 hour 13 minutes. Local time 17:08 in Brindisi. Hope you enjoy the flight. And tomorrow we are going to Greece, Athens, Lima Golf Alpha Victor. I'm not sure we will have stands on this side of the airport. Otherwise we will have to cross the runway and go to the right. A tower there, but no stands. Let's go thrust idle. This one? Oh, it's prohibited. Let's have a quick look on the right side. Oh, we cannot cross. Oh, yes, we can. Turning right. That's better. Crossing now, runway 31. Looks like we have to do the U-turn ourselves. Okay, let's stop here. It's a bit crazy. Parking brake set. APU Gen 2 on, APU Gen 1 on. Killing engine number 1, killing engine number 2. Fuel pumps off. Taxi lights off. IRS off. Window heat off. P2 heat off. Packs off. Electric engine, hydraulic, electric pumps off. Fasten seatbelt signs off. Transponder standby. So let's have a look on the replay. Was not that bad. About to intercept the ILS. Barely see the runway there on the left. It was a rather short final for the ILS, probably 7 miles or so. We do have the runway there. 2 lights. There. Slight wind from the right. 2 whites, 2 reds on the puppies. A little high now, 3 whites, 1 red, correcting. Two whites, 2 reds. It's too red. Arresting the descent. Oh, a little long. Oh no, just in time. Latest second. Not too bad indeed. Minus 147.
2500.
Stopping replay. Quit the replay. And stop the clock. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in Brindisi. Local time 17:22. Temperature 16 degrees Celsius. So tomorrow we are going to Athens. See you then. Bye for now.